Hi traders, this is Cynthia of Day Trade Forex bringing you a training video for the Easy Color Trend and Flat Advanced system. And so I'm going to show you how to use the Fibonacci retracement tool and the key level, the major and minor key level indicator. And I'm going to show you how to attach the easy order script to your chart and also your Cynthia's trailing EA trade manager. So first of all, I'm going to attach the easy order to my chart, and I'm going to show you how to put it into your favorites, because I think putting things into favorites makes everything very quick and easy. So go to View at the top of your toolbar, click Navigator, and your easy order is down here under Scripts. You have several easy orders. You have 4 different easy order files. The only one you're interested in is the easy order itself. So select it by left mouse clicking, right mouse click, and click Add to Favorites. And then it'll be in your favorites. You can do the same thing for Cynthia's trailing EA. Left mouse click it to select it, right mouse click and click Add to Favorites. And then you can go into your favorites and you can find the trailing EA and the easy order. These are some other trailing EAs. I like trade managers and I use several different ones all the time, but the only ones you're concerned with right now are Cynthia's trailing EA and the easy order. So if you drag the easy order over onto your chart, it should attach just like that. If it doesn't, what you need to do is go up to your toolbar, click on Tools, Options, Expert Advisors, and this is how your boxes should look so that the easy order will attach to your chart. If it doesn't attach to your chart, you have to do this. It's the only thing that's wrong with it. Also, it makes your Cynthia's trailing EA work also. So I'm going to go back to View, Navigator, and I'm going to drag Cynthia's trailing EA over onto my chart, and I can load whatever kind of precepts I want. I've already created several precepts for not all of the trailing types, but my favorite ones. This just gets you started to learn how to use the precepts for a couple of the different trail types, and then once you understand how it works, you can create your own presets. And the one that I like is the type 5. It says 1 hour, but you can use it really in any time frame, because I have a quick scalp, swing, and so say I wanted to do a swing set. Well, actually I'm in a 15-minute chart, so I want to only do a scalp. So just click it. To select it, click Open. Use partial close should be 1, that means true. Scroll down here to type 5. My trailing stop that's 20 pips, so it's going to start trailing at 20 pips. Because I've selected trail type 5, which is right here, I typed in number 5 because that's the trail type I want to use. Here's all 7 different types, but I typed in number 5 and I selected the preset for type number 5 scalp, and here's the settings for my 5-digit ECN account. Well, even if it's not ECN, even if you have a standard mini account, it's 5-digit now, so you have to add the extra 0. So this was 20 and I had to add 0. So it means that at 20 pips, my initial stop that I've placed using my easy order script is going to be moved to break even, and it's going to start trailing from there, and it's going to trail every 10 pips. So it's going to move my trail. Every time it reaches another 10 pips, it's going to move my trail. This is a nice scalping. It's not the quick scalp for a 1 or 5 minute chart, but it's okay for a 15-minute chart, because normally your trades are going to probably net you between 15 to 25 to 50 pips. So this is a nice trailing stop for that. If you want to trail in a wider time frame, click the swing, go look at the trail types. Now it's set for 25 pips to start trailing. It'll move your stop to break even at 25 pips and also book half of your lot size. That's what trail type number 5 does. And then it'll trail by 15 pips. So once you have that set, just click OK, and then you can click this out because you'll have a wider screen. You don't really need anything else at this point. And now I want to explain to you, well, let's explain the major key levels first because I think they're so wonderful. This solid magenta line is on a 0, 0. It's the most major key level. So if I'm in a pound US dollar 15-minute chart, this was the latest key level, which was 1.3000, and the next key level up would be 1.4000, and the next key level down 100 pips would be 1.2000. And then every 25 pips you have a dashed yellow line. So if you're scalping, you can scalp between the 25 pip dashed yellow lines. If you're trading, day trading in a, say, a 15-minute or usually 30-minute or 1-hour chart or 4-hour chart, your targets can be between the major key levels. When you're scalping, the target should be between the minor key levels, these dashed yellow lines. So, okay, those are very important. Those are your targets, and you can enter and exit at key levels going in either direction. And depending on the strength of the trend, you can set your target, say at 25 pips or 50 pips, and select your trailing EA to trail at every 10 or 15 pips. If you're in a higher time frame, you want it to trail at 25 pips. So you have to learn how to use the trailing EA. It's what makes everything set and forget. So the next important indicator for the advanced system is the Fibonacci retracement tool. It's called the Quick Fib tool. So if you right mouse click on your chart, go to indicators list, you can see all the indicators that I'm using in the advanced template. And you can go in here and you can change some of these parameters. I wouldn't change really. I don't think I would change anything if I were you because I've already figured out all the best settings for everything. But if you want to understand, for instance, the quick fib, just left mouse click it to select it, click edit, and then you can see that my color uptrends and downtrends, you could change these if you absolutely wanted to, but I've already figured out that they're the best. So you can have none for the color high price or maroon for the high price, and maybe steel, light steel blue for the color low price, and click OK, click close. If you want to save it as a new template, just go up here, click Save Template, and then go down here and choose whatever template you want to override it. That's how you save a new template if you make any changes to it. If you want to get rid of my headline here, just double click it to select it, right mouse click, go to, well, if you want to apply your own labels, you would go to Label Properties, go to Delete. So just click Delete and this will disappear. Now if you want to mark up your charts, this is what I do. I use the toolbar. I use the Draw Vertical Line to show where I've entered either short or long. So that's a green line. This is how you change the properties. You double click on it, right mouse click. If you want to change the color or the thickness of the line, click Vertical Line Properties, and you can change this. I use magenta for a downtrend or a sell order and lime for a green order. And you can mark up your charts this way. This is how you make the line a little thicker, but I like it on the second choice because it's not too thick or too thin. Then just double click it to put it into place. The reason I like using vertical lines is because you can mark up your charts, and if you go back, you can see where you sold or bought, and it can be a journal. Instead of writing in a journal, just mark up your charts. I find that a lot easier. Now I use the slanted horizontal line, and I've set it a certain way to show where I've taken profit. So for instance, maybe I would have taken profit here. And let me double click on that. Whoop. Double click. You don't want the easy candle. Drag it to make it a little bigger. Then you have your trend line. Trend line properties. It's not array, and it shows on all time frames, and it's white, and this is the thickness, and you don't draw it as a background. So in order for it to be short and adjustable instead of a really long trend line, you have to not check the ray. So try this. Try marking up your charts as you make your buy and sell and exits. Mark up your charts, and then it acts like a journal, so you can go back and study your trade entries. You can look to see that you did everything right, or you can look to see what you did wrong, and you can learn from it. So this was a perfect sell entry because, well, actually it's not a perfect sell entry because we're in a blue box, so that means we're only going to be taking buy trades. But so this looks like a perfect entry. Everything is perfect except for the box is blue. Now, if you're an advanced trader, I don't mind if you trade against the color of the box, because this really is a perfect sell entry, but it's considered a counter trend trade. However, I'm going to left mouse click to select it. I'm going to click delete, get rid of that. Now, I started to explain the quick fib. That's my Fibonacci retracement tool. This was a long price spike this morning, and it started very low here, and it really it went up to a key level of 1.3056. So basically that was a yellow, well, almost went right past this sweet spot of 1.30500. So it went 6 pips above that, but then the magenta arrow, that is the reversal alert arrow, popped up. Now if I had been in a long trade, which I had only, because it's a blue box, I would only be in long trades, this was a good entry for a long trade at the beginning of this candle. And within 15 minutes it had spiked up to the day high, and the magenta arrow appeared, and I would have taken my profit, because anytime you have a really long, fast, hard price spike on one candle or one bar, and this arrow appears, this is the early reversal arrow, if it appears, one thing you want to do is wait to the end of the candle. Let me show you. I have to go back. This is the candle time. So according to this 15-minute candle, we have 1 minute 26 seconds left on this candle. So if I was considering taking profit, I would make sure that it had really reached the top of the price and started to come down. And I always use my candle time, because a lot of times towards the end of the candle time, price can reverse, and so right before that happens is when I'll decide, oh, I'm going to take my profit, because it spiked up, and you can see the little blue line here on the easy candle. That's where the price closed on this bar, and this was the entry on the next bar, and the price went down again. So you definitely don't want to wait till the second bar after you get the reversal alert, because you're going to be giving up too many pips. Now I'm going to go back to how to use the quick fib indicator, which is my Fibonacci retracement tool, because this was the high of the day, and then the price really reversed, but we still stayed in an uptrend. The box still stayed blue. And towards the rest of the afternoon, the price was a very slow crawl back up. But according to the quick fib indicator, this is all a downtrend. All of this became a downtrend. So it's a swing within the major trend. So it's a retracement. A retracement or a pullback is just a swing. It's a minor temporary swing in a major trend. The maroon box showed up because it told us, oh, now we're in a downtrend. So now you have a swing within the major trend showing by the blue box, And the retracement Fibonacci tool gives you a maroon box telling you now the trend is changing, we're in a pullback. So we were in an uptrend, now we're in a downtrend. That is considered a temporary pullback. And so it starts right about here. This is where it calculates about where it determined, oh, we're really in a downtrend. Okay, and this beige box shows you that we're continuing to be in a downtrend. All of the Fibonacci lines here, or Fibonacci levels here on the right hand side, are magenta. That's telling you we're in a downtrend. The Fibonacci retracement tool also draws for you a triangle from the high and the low. So here's the high, and you can kind of see, maybe hopefully you can see this triangle that it drew, and this is the support. So this has become resistance, this has become support, and if I scroll back you can see, let's see, where the support started right about here, or right about here, where this is quick fig, the bottom price, this is the upper price, top price, and it's drawn this triangle for you, and it's magenta, so the magenta tells you that trend is down, but we're still in a blue box, so the major trend is still up. And if you look down here at the GmacD window down here, this is your multi-trend window for all the time frames, and I mostly only pay attention to the H4. So the H4 is green. That means overall the H4 trend is up, even though we're in a pullback. The trend has been down. This is the downtrend, but the trend down is weak. And the major trend for the week and month is up, but however the day one is down, because this is considered the new day right in here. So the box is fluctuating. At this point it doesn't really know if the price is going to go down some more or go up. So this is not a great time of the day to trade, this being 5 p.m. Eastern right here. So I wait for several hours. I mean, usually we don't see any new trend change or any action until 9 or 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern most of the time. There are a few pairs you can trade during the Asian session if you give it a couple hours, usually after the 5 p.m. Eastern. One of my favorite pairs to trade is the pound New Zealand dollar and the pound Aussie dollar. Those two trade very, very well during the Asian session. But this is the pound dollar, and it doesn't trade really very much in the Asian session. Definitely don't try to trade the Euro US dollar in the Asian session, and you won't get very far. So here we have the quick fib, and it's drawn the retracement boxes, and now the trend thinks it's up now because the lines have turned green. So these do change color depending on price action. Now we have two green trend bars here, and look at the RSI has gone up and it's very, very strong. Down here the MACD has crossed above the 0, so that's a very strong uptrend. So even though the SAR dots are still pink, we do maintain that we're in an uptrend. Oh, look, now the quick fib changed. This is considered the uptrend because all the lines changed from maroon to green. If the price were to go up and then pull back and then go back up like that, these lines will change. Now, the deeper the retracement, the stronger the resumption of the trend in the major direction. So we know the major direction is up. We know we're in a retracement at this point. You just have to study this and watch it and play with it, and you'll get to understand it. This is a very advanced tool. It's not really that easy to explain. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to understand unless you do give it some screen time. So you do have to watch this a lot and watch it in different charts, and you'll understand how the fib lines change, how the pullbacks work, and how the retracement box will disappear or change altogether if the price action changes. If we start going in a major way back up, this retracement box will disappear completely. Now I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I showed you how to draw your vertical lines and your short horizontal lines to show your exit. The vertical lines is to show your entry, either sell or buy, and the short vertical line is to show your exit. So that's going to be your journal. This is how you're going to mark up your charts. Very important. Also, if you have questions, it really helps me if you send me an email with a screenshot after you've already marked up your charts. If you do your vertical buy or sell and your short trend line to show me your exit, and you send me an email and you ask your questions, but send me the screenshot of your marked up chart and ask me about whatever it is that happened, and I'll be happy to help you. And that really makes it easy for me to understand what you're talking about. So I really like screenshots. For me, they're absolutely essential. And if you want to get really good quality help from me, you need to learn how to take screenshots, but you also need to learn how to mark up your charts. That really is not only good for me to help you, but it's very, very good for you to learn from your own trades. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that explains somewhat these things. And if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. Include your screenshot with your marked up chart. Thanks a lot. Oh, by the way, I also like Jing. I'll send you a link in the PDF for using Jing for your screenshot. The reason I like Jing screenshots is because when you send it to me, you send it as a URL. That means it's a web link. It's a web address that I click on it in the email, and I can open up your chart and I can make it as large or as small as I want. If you just send me a regular print screen or a regular screenshot as an attachment, most often cannot open them up or blow them up big enough to even see anything. They're usually so small I can't see anything and I can't help you. So I love Jing. It's so easy. It's a free download and it's so easy to learn how to use, and I much prefer it. So thanks again for watching and happy trading.